Hello. Today's episode number 58 of the Professor Slots podcast discusses what you need to know about the slot machine casino gambling environment in the state of Washington during 2019. Thank you for joining me for the Professor Slots podcast show. I'm John Friedel, and this is the podcast about slot machine casino gambling. It is where I provide knowledge, insights, and tools for helping you improve your slot machine gambling performance. In case you missed it, on my last episode, I went over the annual financial report of International Game Technology PLC, focusing on the careful thoughts the gaming experts at IGT think are risks to the gaming industry segments of their slots business. I hope you enjoyed listening to my last episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Remember to visit professorslots.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 7 online resources for improving your gambling performance, including the one I've used as a top-tier slot machine casino gambler. Today, I'm providing a brief overview of the current state of gambling in a U.S. state, territory, or federal district, emphasizing, by far, anything of interest to slot machine casino gamblers. This time, it's Washington State casino gambling in 2019. Here goes. Washington slot machine casino gambling consists of 29 tribal casinos with a unique type of video lottery terminal, VLT, slot machine. Along with many card games in the state, they also offer most Vegas-style table games. All tribal state compacts set a minimum payout return limit. However, no payout return statistics of actual gaming is available to the public. The minimum legal gambling age in Washington depends upon the gambling activity. For land-based casinos, it's either 21 or 18, depending on the casino. For poker rooms, bingo, the lottery, and pari-mutuel wagering, it's 18. Washington slot machine casino gambling exists at tribal casinos based on the lottery's scratch ticket games in electronic form. This unique form of VLT slot machines makes Washington slot machines unique in the U.S. All other U.S.-based VLTs are lottery draw games, not from lottery's other game, scratch tickets. Each of the 29 federally recognized American Indian tribes in Washington negotiated tribal state compacts with the state to offer gambling at tribal casinos. However, the state and these tribes could not agree on whether Vegas-style slot machines should be legal in Washington. Scratch-based VLTs resulted from early negotiations of state tribal gaming compacts. This impasse resolution led to creating a secondary lottery systems for VLTs at tribal casinos. The state lottery was a model for the tribal lottery system, TLS. Draw-based VLTs create tickets at the time of the bet using random number generators, RNGs. Scratch-based VLTs know in advance the result of each wager. Put another way, the outcome of each scratch-based VLT bet is predetermined. Bets do not require an RNG. Another technical difference between lottery draw tickets and lottery scratch tickets is how many of them can exist. For example, there can be as many draw tickets as players are willing to buy. However, lotteries create only a limited number of scratch tickets, but hopefully enough for a busy night at Washington's tribal casinos. All negotiated tribal state compacts also have other legal restrictions for their scratch-based VLT-style slot machines. These limits have been expanding over time as part of this state's dynamic gaming industry. The requirements are: allows replaying of credits 1, no handles, no mechanical spinning wheels, a minimum payout return, which I'll talk about, $5 maximum bet on 85% of VLT machines, $20 maximum wager on 15% of VLT machines, and a cap of 2,500 VLT machines per tribe. A small group, carousel, or bank of VLT machines pull virtual scratch tickets from the same set. Each small group uses a different set. Given these tickets are of a finite number, running out of tickets in a set means only a few VLTs are out of them before switching to a new set of tickets. This switching should take place nearly instantaneously, likely not causing any small group of VLTs to shut down temporarily. Next up is a usually short statement about slot machine private ownership, which I have included in case you live in this U.S. state and are considering owning a slot machine. Here it is. In Washington, it is legal to privately own a slot machine if it is 25 years old or older. However, it cannot have a gambling purpose. For example, it must be free to play. The Gaming Control Board is the Washington State Gambling Commission. It provides licensing, regulation, and enforcement of certain aspects of the gaming industry in Washington. These regulatory responsibilities primarily include testing and approving new electronic gaming machines. Otherwise, each tribe with a casino in Washington has a tribal gaming agency, a TGA. Agents of a TGA are the primary regulators at tribal casinos. At all times, at least one TGA agent must be on duty at a tribal casino. In this section, I discuss Washington gambling establishments. There are 29 American Indian tribal casinos available in the state of Washington, with more than 35,000 VLT-style slot machines. The largest casino in Washington is the Muckleshoot Casino, having more than 3,000 VLT slot machines and 75 table games. The second largest casino is Tulalip Casino, having more than 2,400 VLT slot machines and more than 35 table games. It's worth noting here that a single casino can exceed the 2,500 VLT machines per tribe limit because 2 or more tribes are involved with that casino. The state of Washington has no non-tribal casinos with slot machines. However, Washington has many card rooms or mini casinos with up to 15 tables each. The state of Washington has 29 tribal casinos. As usual, when there are too many casinos to mention here, a complete list along with links to their websites, assuming they've set one up, is available on my website blog article for this state at professorslots.com/WA. As an alternative to enjoying Washington slot machine casino gambling, consider exploring casino options in a nearby state. Bordering Washington is, to the north, the Canadian province of British Columbia, to the east, Idaho, to the south, Oregon, and to the west, the Pacific Ocean. To visit any of my articles on these U.S. states, visit professorslots.com followed by its 2-letter postal designation. For example, my Idaho slots article is available at professorslots.com/ID. Are you interested in sharing and learning with other slots enthusiasts in Washington? If so, join our new slots community on Facebook at professorslots.com/FBWA. All you'll need is a Facebook profile to join this closed Facebook group freely. There, you'll be able to privately share your slots experiences as well as chat with players about slots gambling in or near Washington. Join us. Again, this convenient link I've created to go directly to our group on Facebook is professorslots.com/FBWA. Besides myself, currently, we have 20 members in our Washington Slots community. To welcome people, when they join, I'll ask them to share with us their favorite casino. So far, Stuart likes Red Wind, Muckleshoot, and recently Emerald Queen. He also occasionally enjoys Lucky Eagle, Quinault, Tulalip, and Alani. John also likes Alani in Ridgefield. Chuck says one of their favorites is Angel of the Winds. They also like Tulalip when their rooms are on sale, but most often goes to Silver Reef for convenience. He also mentioned they'll go to Nooksack more often, but it gets too smoky when busy. Allison likes to donate, as she puts it, to 12 Tribes Casino in Omak. Catherine's favorite casinos isn't in Washington, but in Utah, the Peppermill in Wendover. She also likes Alani for special occasions. It's her birthday soon, so everybody wish Catherine a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Catherine. Patrick thinks it was a great idea to start this slots community. So do I, Patrick. And likes Tulalip and Nevada and our southern states. Ran and her husband like Tulalip, Muckleshoot, and Angel of the Winds because it's a smaller casino. It also has great food there, she says, and she also likes their poker tournaments. Gina likes Tulalip. Carl likes, I can't pronounce this, Snoqualmie? I hope I pronounced that correctly, but I doubt it. Lately, I've also taken to asking if anyone has been to a casino lately, and did they have a trip report or photos to share. Members have been sharing which casinos they've been to most recently. It'll be interesting if they ever cross paths. I mean, knowingly cross paths. As often as some members go to the same casino, I wouldn't be surprised if they've sat next to one another at times, right? The Tribal Lottery System, TLS, directly controls the results of Washington's unique VLT-style slot machines. A central computer system at the TLS provides the outcome of each bet made on each tribal casino's VLT at the time of the wager. This offsite control extends to any bonus rounds. All tribal state compacts in Washington established a minimum payout return percentage of 75% for their VLT slot machines. Further, no tribe in the state of Washington releases payout return statistics of actual returns for slots. I'm completely fascinated with Washington's idea of having the theoretical payout return for a slot machine directly available in its game theme menu. Want to know what it is? Just look it up. No other U.S. state gaming commission offers this service to its residents. But the idea isn't entirely new. Consider video poker games. It's fairly well known among poker players that the ratio between the return from a straight relative to a flush would impact the winning statistics among various versions of poker. Even long-term video poker players think this phenomenon translates from a card game to an electronic video poker game. They don't seem to realize it doesn't have to. It may, if the rest of the odds generation of a group of video poker machines is identical. This only happens if the one on the end of a row of video poker machines, the one that can be seen from a distance, hasn't been adjusted by the casino to win more often because of its location, without any change to how much is won with a straight, a flush, or both. Because, electronics. If you'd like to know more about this topic, check out episode 42, Video Poker as Skill-Based Slots, or my website article, Can You Win at Video Poker Using Slot Strategies? Spoiler alert, yes, you can. Washington slot machine casino gambling consists of 29 tribal casinos with scratch ticket VLT-style video slot machines. A central computer server at the tribal lottery system directly controls the result of each bet. Otherwise, all tribal casinos in the state of Washington offer Las Vegas-style table games. Tribal state compacts regulating Washington's tribal casinos set a minimum payout return of 75% for their unique VLT-style slots. No payout return statistics are available to the public. Sometime within the last year, the Two Rivers Casino and Resort in Davenport, located 60 miles west of Spokane, began to no longer offer a casino alongside its RV park and marina. Remember to visit ProfessorSlots.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 7 online resources for improving your gambling performance, including the one I've used as a top-tier slot machine casino gambler. On the next episode of the Professor Slots podcast is West Virginia Slots 2019 with a few highlights from our growing slots community on Facebook. To suggest a topic or ask a question which might end up as a blog article or on a podcast episode, email it to john@professorslots.com, where John is spelled Jon, or by calling 702-90-SLOTS to leave a voicemail. That's the end of another great episode of the Professor Slots podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Show notes for this episode are now available within most podcast apps, but are also available on my website at professorslots.com/E58. I plan to have the next episode come out very, very soon for you, where I'll have more amazing content for the show. Until the next episode, have fun, be safe, and make good choices. Bye.